So, where are we in this transfer window now coming to the end? Hello and welcome to the video. If you could like, share and subscribe to the channel, much appreciate it. Liking help the algorithm, sharing gets in front of people's faces, and subscribing let me know you like the channel. Hit that notification bell to let you know when video go live. So Danny Rule is at the point where he's finalising things for his transfer window to be done and dusted in about a week's time now. It's really flown by. We got in a lot of players, but we're still looking for players. Now, Danny has said he does want a midfielder to come in. It's the area he has said he wants to look at. Preferably, does he want a left foot of centre-half? Maybe, because at the back, we are struggling there at time. But we have done a lot of our business early in the summer. The core group are coming early. They've gone in and managed to have a transfer window, which I think is really valuable for Danny and the squad. Because if you don't have that transfer window, you're going to really struggle to get all the players in you want and make sure they're playing at a speed and area you're ready kind of thing. Now, the thing is, whenever Danny has spoke about the transfer window, he has spoke about players, not as in player, but in different profiles and how flexible they can be in a squad. And that's something we got to realise with Danny. Danny is someone who likes to have a very flexible player in his squad. It's about bringing the right players in now for Danny. He has spoke about bringing in the right qualities, a small piece of different profiles, and making sure we can have the right people to come in and play in those positions that we want and make the impact. So let's talk about where we're going to be and who we're going to be looking at next then. Because last week, there was a lot of talk about Alfie Devine. There were two players we were looking at from Brighton. One of those players have already gone to St. Pauli. I think one of the players we were looking at, who was, I believe it was Go Eagles, has now gone to Israel side. And this is the thing, you're going to look at what we're doing there. So we've missed out on some targets. We know this. We know this 100%. The targets have been missed out on, and you go on to the next one. But here's the thing. With Prem clubs in a position at the moment where they are needing to probably let players go, they're starting to learn this whole FFP thing and PSR. It's starting to hit them a little bit. So we do have a good record with youngsters and getting them play well at our club, which is in our favour. Danny playing the football he is and how he's looking after the youngsters helps as well. So I'll be interested to see what Danny can do and see who will be available to come in and see which parent club will let their player come to us. So when you're talking about budgets are very important. Yet for us, it doesn't feel like we've ever got a set budget. It's like, it's more of a, how are we going to do this? It's more, I want this player, I'm going to go see what we got and what we can spend. That's what the budget's always felt like. That's what it's always been. There's never really been a set budget of what we want to do, which I think is something that's very interesting, and we need to adapt that. Not having a set budget is something that I think is quite helpful, because you're not having to work with different parameters, like going, I can only spend this much. It's more, okay, we can spend that much, but is this where you want to spend it, kind of thing. So I'll be interested to see what we do in that sense. Now, one of the big things for me, and I've made this very clear, I've made my feeling very clear about this one. We have to start getting players out the club as well. I think there's some players who we looked at who have gone, maybe they need to stay. I'm thinking of Michael Smith. But I think it's very important to see who comes out the squad and then who we replace them with. Because you don't want to have players in there who are youngsters who are going to sit on our bench. You want them to go out and play week in, week out. Now, they may go and sit on other people's benches and not be up to scratch for what that team is. That happens. Look at Charlie McNeil. That happened to him a little bit when he went out on loan from Manchester United last season. But we've got to make sure that it's the right club for the player and the right for it's both for all parties. Because if you have a look at what happened versus Hull, there were some players in that squad who probably were ready to be going out the door. And then it will have changed their minds on how they played and how they got on. And that's something that's very important about how we manage this bit with the transfers. I generally think it's going to be really important how we do on players out and much it is players in. I really wanted to see us get some players out for loans, especially some of the youngsters. They need to go out and play week in, week out. There's no point on playing the football each week in the under-21s and not then getting kicked about by a couple of senior pros in the men's football. And I think that's something we have to start learning and figuring out, because we have been very poor letting our own talent go out on loan when we know they needed to. So we will see where we are at with that. But Sheffield Wednesday are getting close to the end of this transfer window, as is everyone else. We are, what? Let's have a look. It's the middle of the week today. It's Wednesday 21st. So we're pretty much nearly a week away from having the transfer window shut. The 30th, we will be doing a live stream transfer special like we do every transfer window, which I'm looking forward to. And this week, we will have the roundup on Thursday night, where we're going to talk about everything that's been going on, what we're going to be doing, because normally I would do the roundup on the Friday, but I think we're going to have the roundup on the Thursday because I'm doing the watch along for the Leeds United game. Please come and give that a watch and join me. I think it'll be really good fun. I think it'll be a feisty game with some of the comments, depending on which fan bases turn up. But I think we're going to be... I think we're going to okay. I think this is a really good time to play Leeds in a general. But we've got that live stream. Then we've got the... We got the debrief, on the 26th. Possibly another live stream on the 27th for Grimby. And then we got the transfer special, which is the 30th. So there'll be no roundup that week. And then we will have a 2nd of September. We will then have the roundup and debrief for that week. And, well, debrief. So, a lot going on. We're going to be quite busy. But at the end of the day, Sheffield Wednesday Football Club, we are in a position in the transfer window where we've done very well so far. Brought in players early, got in. We're now looking to get the last little pieces of the jigsaw in. I think everyone has seen and had their say of what they want. But let's see where we are. Hopefully, Sheffield Wednesday can bring in those last missing pieces.